everybody, I'm Christina and I just wanted to do a quick tutorial to show you guys how I rig up my aerial yoga hammock. I need to tie my hammock to my carabiners anyway, so I figured this might be the perfect opportunity to show you how, in case you just recently got your own hammock. So what you want to do is grab the end of your hammock and you want to just start gathering the edge. This doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to try your best to get it all, you know, somewhat all even. That way it has an even stretch on here. Okay. I'm very new to videos, so you'll have to excuse me if I say a whole lot or and. I'm working on it. Okay, so now that you got your end piece, you want to grab your carabiner. And for aerial yoga, when I first started, I had a yoga body trapeze, and the carabiners did not have this little screw lock on here. And so I've learned that these are very important, because say you don't have the screw lock on here, then it's just very easy to open. But if you have this little handy screw piece here, it won't open. And then they also have other carabiners where you don't even have to screw it. It just, you press it down and you do your thing, and then it just lifts up, and then it doesn't move at all. It's just, you don't have to screw it. But anyway, your carabiner that you put it on is very important. You want your carabiner to be rated at a minimum of 25, or I think the minimum is 23 kN, but if you can get them at 25, that's even better. So anyhow, you want to get a good, trustworthy carabiner and get your end piece and just kind of drape it over your arm like so. And the length of this part is going to depend on the length of your hammock, how high you want it, that kind of thing. So just in general, let's say just on average, you want to leave about, maybe just start with 2.5, and then, you know, kind of go from there. You might have to untie and retie your hammock a few times, but once you get it figured out, a routine figured out on what works for your particular setup and your ceiling and that kind of thing, you will know the amount of slack you want to leave each time. But so if you're just starting out, maybe start with 2.5 feet, 3 feet. So you have it draped, okay? The short piece is on the front of your arm, the long piece is on the back. Now you want to take this arm and just swing it behind and grab this long piece here. So we're just swinging around and grabbing the long piece, okay? So let's do that one more time. Draped over, short piece, long piece. Swing your hand around and grab this long piece, okay? Now you have created this little loop right here on your wrist. So the piece that you grabbed, the long piece that you grabbed, you just want to loop it through. Real easy, okay? So once you have that looped through, there's a little bit of a tail right here. So you just want to put that through that loop. Okay? And while you have this nice loop that you created, go ahead and clip your carabiner. Okay? Alright. So, this part I just kind of tuck underneath my chin, and I just kind of work on tightening everything. Tighten it from the long piece, tighten it from the side. And once you get on it, it'll tighten even more. And that's why I was saying you might have to experiment a few times with tying your knot, because like I said, when your weight gets in it, it's a little bit different. So there you go. Now you have this nice, pretty little knot. And if you have extra slack, some people like really long slack, but some like to have theirs tied up nicely so it's not like smacking you in the face whenever you're doing your thing. So you just kind of just loop it and tie it, you know, just like a little braid. It's hard to explain this part. It's easier to just show, but and there you go. Nice and clean. And you just keep tightening and adjusting until it looks like how you want. But since there isn't that much slack on mine, I'm just gonna let it be loose. Okay. And then all you do is repeat the same step on the other side. So it's always easier to learn something new if you get to repeat and practice, right? So here we go to the other end. You wanna, sometimes me personally, I like to put this over my shoulder, and then I just kind of guide my hand to the other end, setting that other tight end onto my couch. Sorry if I'm out of breath already. Okay. So like before, your length at the end, depending on what you have going on your ceiling height. But short piece in the front, long piece in the back. Swing your hand around to grab the long piece in the back and loop it through that loop that was on your wrist. Now you have this piece. Just get the end slack, put it through that loop, put on your carabiner. And then tighten. There you go. I think I probably did not put enough, I think I might have rigged mine too long, but there you go. I'm still trying to figure out my own routine. Okay, so now we have them tied. We got them tied. That's as far as we got at this point. Now they are tied, okay? You can also do the same thing in place of the carabiner. You can put it on a ring and then clip it to a carabiner, but we'll go over that in another video, I think. That way this one's not too long. Okay, so the next thing is rigging it up. So at this point, hopefully you have contacted a professional rigger or a professional contractor, but don't be drilling holes in your house by yourself, because you don't want your house to fall down while you're doing aerial. So it's really important to hire a professional to get your ceiling anchors installed. And if you are currently a follower, you might notice that I do not offer those on my website because everyone's rigging situation is different, and it's also a whole other thing to get into. So maybe later on down the line I'll be offering installation hardware, but at this point that advice you would need to get from your contractor. But anyway, so you saw your contractor, they came in and installed your ceiling anchors, right? So now you have these daisy chains. These are not the daisy chains that I offer on my website. These are actually from Yoga Body, from my first aerial trapeze set that I originally got, but I'm just going to use these to demonstrate because my other ones, my good ones, are outside because I've been practicing outside lately. Alright, so let's get this ready. What you're going to do is whenever you are talking to your contractor, the distance is kind of a personal preference, but on average I'm hearing people doing it between like 18 to 22 inches. But if you want a wider seat, get a wider seat. Just spread them out more. If you want a thinner seat, narrow it down more. But it's up to you and your practice. So, alright. So what you want to do is grab your daisy chain. And there are several ways that you can do this. But, let's see. You can loop one side through, and just have it hang like this with just two ends. Ooh, oh my gosh, it's stuck in my hair. And then clip your carabiner to both ends, depending on how high you need to go, or low, whichever. Okay, but you would clip them to both loops on each side, or you can take one end. If you need an even longer daisy chain, this is a great way to extend it. Just take one end and just push it through. See how that lengthened that a little bit more? Gave you 4 adjustable loops right here. And then just clip on, however high or however low. And you just do the same exact thing on the other side. In my house, I can't use daisy chains because it'll make my hammock very low. And I won't be able to do inversions in them. So I just usually clip directly to my ceiling anchor. good thing about having one side done is that you can hang on for dear life whenever you're doing the next side. Okay, tighten. Get these nice and tight. Important. Make sure you have your screws all the way in place. Very important. So just untwist your hammock. There you go. Now the question is, did we put it at an appropriate height? I can already tell I did not, but you can tell by putting pressure on it that it's going to go pretty close to my knees right now. But what you want to do is you want to have it in this general area, right below your hip bone. And you can tell that it's the appropriate height because whenever you try to do an inversion, I'm not going to try it right now because I know I'm going to get mad. But when you get it rigged up and you put some weight in it, let's tighten up some of these knots. I like to do a little good swing. Make sure they're good and tight. Although I need to untie them anyway. But anyway, once you have some weight in there, your knots tightened, go ahead and do a basic inversion. My teacher told me to act like I'm putting belt on. So I'm putting my belt on where my belt loops would be if I had one. Lobster claw the sides so that my hammock stays in place, and then you lean back. And when you lean back and you're completely inverted, you should be able to put a whole fist between the top of your head and the floor. So that's how you know if you're finished or not. If you cannot clear space between your head and the floor when you're inverted, you're going to need to start this process over again. So I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. If I didn't explain something so clearly, please let me know, and I'd be more than happy to talk with you one-on-one, answer questions, whatever you need, I'm here for you. Just want you guys to practice safely. And if you are a supporter, I thank you so much for purchasing your hammock through me. It means a lot to me and my family. You know, when you buy a system from us, you're not going through a big corporate retail store. You're buying from a mom who's just trying to take care of her kids and just trying to figure things out. And I appreciate your patience, especially during this time with the shipping. I know it's crazy, but hopefully whenever I go into phase 2 of my business plan with getting my products on Amazon, then the shipping will be a lot better. So I'm so excited for you and your practice, and I can't wait to see how much you grow. That's gonna be so exciting. Like I have been practicing for over a year now, and it's just been life-changing for me. And with the opportunity to have one at my home, it's just made my practice so much better, and I'm able to excel a lot quicker because I can take what I learned from class and then bring it home and work on it a little bit better. So I'm excited for you, and I can't wait to get to know you more, and I hope this video helped you out. Have a good day.